Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I want to appreciate you so much because of your great support. Please consider subscribing to this channel. You like this video, you give your opinion at the comment section below, and don't forget to share this video. Do you remember when Niger coup came in the other month? William Ruto came out giving his speech, very eloquent one. Something I realized with his speech was that he was not agreeing with the kind of coup that was happening in Niger. After that, you've seen ECOWAS, led by the president of Nigeria, Tinubu, coming out to declare a war with the coup team, that they must come out to reinstate the president, Bazoum, because he was elected democratically, legitimately, that coup is not going to be supported. Little did we know that this was going to be against William Samoei Ruto, as he was so eloquent when it comes to his speech, that he was not supporting this kind of coup. And you've seen William Ruto coming out very clear that they are ready, including him, as among those presidents of African countries. They are ready to ensure that the president of Niger is going to be reinstated. But William Ruto is receiving bad news, even despite of giving this kind of speech.
On Wednesday, Africa suffered a serious setback in its democratic gains as the aspirations of the people of Niger for constitutional democracy were subverted by an unconstitutional change of government that deposed Mohamed Bazoum, a democratically elected president. The Republic of Kenya joins the rest of the world to condemn in the strongest terms this unconstitutional act that subverts democracy through a coup d'etat, and calls for the immediate release of President Mohamed Bazoum, who is reportedly seized by members of the Presidential Guard. Throughout our continent's history, we have strived tirelessly to nurture the principles of democracy, aligning ourselves with the aspirations of the African people for freedom and self-determination. This fundamental norm is crystallized in Article 4P of the Constitutive Act of the African Union, which unequivocally condemns and rejects any unconstitutional change of government. The government and the people of Kenya earnestly urge all parties involved to refrain from further escalation that might jeopardize the lives and livelihoods of the people of Niger. We call for the swift restoration of constitutional rule, ensuring the protection of the population and a return to full civilian authority while upholding utmost respect for the country's institutions. In this moment of strife, we implore all parties to engage in constructive discourse to restore peace in this fraternal nation, which has steadfastly stood as a bulwark against terrorism and its agents in the Sahel region. The resurgence of military coups and attempts to subvert the will of the people on our beloved continent demands a united and global response to hold those responsible accountable for their actions. Let us stand together as one to reaffirm our commitment to democracy, liberty, and the progress we have achieved. We must remain vigilant, guarding against any slide back into dark days that threaten the hard-fought gains in democracy. Kenya is willing to assist in resolving the conflict under the auspices of the African Union, should it be deemed appropriate. Africa shall continue to shine as a beacon of hope and progress, and we shall never waver in our pursuit of a brighter future for all. May peace and prosperity prevail across our great continent and beyond. Thank you, and God bless Africa.
That is the speech of William Samoei Ruto during the Niger coup. But now, the African Union and ECOWAS are coming out to distance themselves with any kind of reinforcement that it is expected or rather it is African Union and Russia that has come out to reject the ECOWAS type of reinstatement. As you know, ECOWAS is just part of some countries who came out together uniting themselves. It is not whole Africa. So when African Union is coming out to say no to any kind of reinforcement in Niger, at the same time William Ruto is so eloquent and fighting for the assistance to ensure they're going to restore the democratically kind of Bazou's election and competency. So it is a clear indication that as far as William Samoei Ruto is so concerned with other presidents, some president in Africa, they're making more effort to try their best to fight to ensure that the president is going to be reinstated in Niger. They're being told that, look, it is an affair of Niger. Let them come out to reinstate themselves. Because in any case, you're going to reinforce anything. You're going to create chaos, which according to me, chaos is not, as we speak, in Niger. So as the military, of course, it is the military that now leading Niger. But as they are promising that they're going to reinstate this after 3 years, which when you look at this idea was not accepted by the ECOWAS. So the ECOWAS idea was, let the military reinstate the presidency of Bazou immediately as they can. But at the same time, the military is coming out to say that, look, we are going to do this after 3 years. So stop forcing us to do something that is contrary to what we think. And that is why even the envoy that was sent to them, they've come out to reject them, saying it is our affairs. We know what affects us. So if you're coming out with the ideas that now you have other contrary opinion against us, that it means you are our enemy. And that is why, as African Union and Russia is coming out to reject this, other superpower countries are supporting the reinforcement. But again, even this is going to affect the Niger so much. It is not only Niger that is having coup. As you speak about Burkina Faso, the president is a militant. You know, he is a militant. And also when you look at the scenario that is happening in Sudan. But as much as we are concerned, ladies and gentlemen, I think William Ruto is too much on affairs of some people. When Niger coup was announced, I saw William Ruto was the first person, the first president in Africa to come out to give a speech. What did he meant with his speech? As you have watched, his intention was to ensure that all presidents in Africa, they're going to unite themselves and they must go to overthrow the military in Niger, which when you look at that, it is not possible. You're going to just to create chaos in Niger. So this is whatever is happening. You must understand now that African Union and Russia are rejecting any kind of reinforcement that ECOWAS is planning in Niger. Ladies and gentlemen, perhaps that is whatever is happening. What are your thoughts? Drop your opinion at the comment section below. Otherwise, thank you so much because of great support. Please consider subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing this video.